So I want you both
Yeah.
to list me from easiest to hardest, our 1 through 9 baseball positions in your opinions.
Okay.
And like to get us going, I think my easiest would be second base.
Okay. I mean, that's
disagree.
not my choice. That's not my choice.
But that's the fun thing about opinion games. We can disagree.
Well, yeah. Well, let me give mine. What a goddamn asshole! And you know what? This tracks, Steve, because you know what the easiest position is? First base. And you know what Boston did to one of their all-time great first basemen? Mm-hmm. They destroyed his soul. Bill Buckner, rest in peace. Though they did forgive him later. I'm going.
Buckner got screwed. Stanley didn't cover for him.
Yeah, and also Dave Stapleton should have been in the game. All right, I'm going first base. Steve, where are you going?
First base, absolutely easiest place to play.
First base.
That's why they put all the big fellas there.
And it's hard. It's a hard position. Don Mattingly, Keith Hernandez showed you how important it is to be a good defender there. But it's still to this day this is the last chance for this guy to not be a DH. So we'll put him at first base. It's still Bryce Harper's back and knees hurt. First base. It's still that spot.
First base. Yep.
Okay. The second easiest position. You guys, second base is not it.
Second base is not easy to play.
My thing is, you can still muck up.
You can put it on the board.
Yeah, you can muck up a catch or like a grounder and still recover enough to get an out with that. First base, you got to be able to get that big stretch in, almost split style, and catch those bullets of God knows where those balls are coming from.
Or you just tell your shortstop to throw the ball better.
Yeah.
Like, how about that? Throw the ball in the bag, asshole.
I couldn't play any of these at a major league level. I was a good first baseman. I caught and played first base a lot in my first year of Little League. So I like first base. But the second easiest position, I'm going to go left field. I think none of the outfield positions. This isn't Little League where you put the kid in left who can't catch the ball and doesn't even own a glove. But I still think left field is the first base of the outfield. Where if they're like, hey, we need to convert somebody, a catcher, first baseman to the outfield, throw them in left field. That's what I think. Steve?
Yeah, I hate to agree with you again, but yes, I would go left field there, and I'm going to skip past you and go right to number 3 and say right field is next. Okay. I'm going all the outfield. I'm going right field is the next easiest, center field is the next easiest.
Okay, so you're going to I would go right field third easiest, and then you said center field. That's where I'd put second base. I'd put second base as the fourth easiest there, and then next I would go third base.
I'm going after center field. I'm switching that. I'm going third. I still think second is harder to play than people give it credit for because you have to be athletic enough to cover both sides. You have to get up and down a little bit more than third and first do. Like I think second bases need to be a little lankier.
Okay, I'm confused. You said first, left, right, center, third.
Third. Yep.
Okay. And I am first, left, right, second, third. Sixth hardest is going to be center field for me. Center field.
Fair.
There's a reason it's the glorified position of the outfield. There's a reason that we have Mantle and Mays and Duke Snyder and all these DiMaggio. They were center fielders, and it's still a marquee position. It's still hard to manage. A lot of ground to cover. Not everyone can do it. The dude that converts to left field can't play center field. So I'm going 6 center field. You?
I can agree with Ken on that one.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely the hardest one to play. I think of the infield as being more higher pressure. It's not
debating. So what do you put as your 6 easiest?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. Okay. Wow. Controversial for me there. Right. What's next after shortstop for you?
So then we have 7, 8, 9.
You have 3 positions left.
I have 3 positions left. So I'm going pitcher is hardest. I'm going catcher is second hardest.
And then that leaves you second base by default. Shortstop. It is the center field of the infield. Not everyone can do it. You can't just throw someone there, and those that are good at it. Right. Then we have the age of shortstops like Nomar and Jeter and Miguel Tejada, A-Rod. And what happened with A-Rod? Slipped to third base. What happened to Cal Ripken Jr. when he got older? Slipped to third base. So that's why third base is lower. Shortstop number 7. So you go catcher, then pitcher. I'm flipping it. I'm going pitcher at 8. Catcher at the hardest position. I did catch. I wanted to catch. It's my favorite position in baseball. There's just so much going into it. There's so much going on. You were the captain of the field. You are calling pitches, though nowadays the dugout calls them a lot. You're doing so much, and you're hurting your body every time. Every time. Pitcher, obviously difficult, but you can put some real lunks on the mound. you could just grab some hayseed.
See,
tell him to throw hard and see if he can do it.
See, that's where I was going to go. I put pitcher more towards the middle of the pack because, it's hard to be a great pitcher. It's hard to be a great pitcher. But again, anybody on that field can play catch with the catcher. They might light you up, but if you're going one of those rare 18-inning games, all of a sudden you've got your left fielders out there pitching. Right. You can catcher to me is the hardest. Catcher and shortstop would go 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. I don't the shortstop. I could get behind the shortstop. It is a really athletic, difficult position to play.
Yeah, that's a number 2 for me.
Got to have a strong arm there. Everything there. Steve, can you? I want to hear your reasoning. I don't. This is again opinion piece here. Disagree. Catcher then pitcher.
I think catcher is extremely hard to play. That's why I have it as the second hardest. I'm not thinking of this over like the course of the season or anything like that. I'm thinking about like a single game of just baseball and the pitcher is just pitching the whole game kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm thinking about like a good pitcher, like a professional pitcher, not just like 9 baseball players and one's going to go pitch, right? Like if you can pitch, like I honestly believe the pitcher could to a replacement level play closer to the other positions than other positions could pitch, right?
In Little League, the best athletes are the pitchers and the pitcher who also plays shortstop in the games he's not pitching.
Right. That's right. But in youth sports everywhere, the highest skill position is the smartest, most competent.
I was a Little League coach, and I can attest to this as being true.
I was a little football coach.
Yeah.
And so you put your smartest kid at quarterback even if you can't throw. So because none of them can throw 20 yards anyway. Anyway, the idea that again, your pitcher could. I think it's the exact opposite of Jared's argument when you're in the 18th inning. Your pitcher could be more competent at the other positions than the other positions could pitch at a competitive level to play the game. Throwing a baseball 95 miles an hour is so not what your elbow, shoulder, and rotator cuff are supposed to do from a natural thing standpoint. Good. And to do that fast, that accurate, that precise so that someone can't hit it. There's a reason why people say hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
There's my argument.
Look, we're splitting hairs here at the end here. I think also the position that would affect the game the most is pitcher, right? Unless you're Paul Skeens today and your outfielder makes 2 errors. And I told my good friend Joe, he was like, I am returning fantasy baseball. I got a draft. Who should I draft first? And I was like, Paul Skeens. He texted me today. What did you tell me? Marathon, not a sprint, Joe. Marathon, not a sprint.
And Physics Buddy Joe, to your point, why do you not see a pitcher playing position around the other way around? Because of how valuable the pitchers are. They know how valuable pitchers are, so they have to protect their arms, protect their bodies, and they don't put them anywhere else because we have to keep our pitchers in concealed little styrofoam boxes so that they can pitch every 5 days.
Yeah. And we got Ohtani, and he's
an alien. That's a completely different.
I think more could emerge. Darren Dreifert, Dodger pitcher. Remember Darren Dreifert came out of Wichita State, one of the best home run hitters in college, one of the best pitchers in college. They didn't do that back then, so he became a pitcher. John Olerud, Washington State, great left-handed pitcher, great first baseman, got to the majors, played first base. So I think we'll see more Ohtani. You get Michael Lawrence, and you have some people that could do it. But I think I'm not saying at Ohtani's level, but I think he has opened up. Oh, this is possible. But still, to your point, there is a reason the best athletes in Little League or high school ball or whatever are pitchers who also play other positions, and then once they go pro, you have to concentrate on being a pitcher.
Right.
That's generally, unless you're a freak of nature, I think. But anyways, we're splitting hairs, and this was a fun question. I absolutely loved it. And shout out to all the first basemen out there. We're looking at you, John Kruk. We're looking at you, John Kruk. Jared, thanks for that. Stick around, though.